girl did 30 lessons. And when I told you, I felt like I was ready. My instructor told me I was ready, but I was still nervous. I said, no, I need to learn more. I need to do more. I don't think I'm ready. And when I passed it, I was like, I'm like, you passed. Thank you. And the loves, it's me again, Miss African Beauty. If I tell you, say I love you. Oh, boom, boom. Yes, girl. So I'm back with another video per usual. So let's just get started. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today's going to be, well, you already know what the title is. How I passed my driving test. Yes, girl. So let's just get into the video. So basically, I just have my G2. I don't have my G yet. Your girl got her G2 last year, August. So let's start from the beginning, from G1. So basically, when I was, I think, it was like 3 years, I waited before I got my G2 last year, August. In August. So basically, I went to the driving test place. It was a written test. So I was super nervous. Oh my gosh. What I did to practice for that test is I bought the book from like a convenience store, the driver's G1 test book. I read that, but like, girl, I ain't got time to read all that. So I went on this app. I forgot what it's called. But you could go on any one of these apps. There's like G1 test app, G2 test, no, G1 test apps. Like it kind of gives you a lot of questions, like a quiz, like 100 questions. You got to answer them. So I would just repeat doing the 100 questions until I got it perfect. Eventually when I did, I said, okay, I must be ready. Doesn't say you'll be ready because some of the questions on the actual test wasn't any of the 100 questions that I got, which was kind of weird. But it's really helpful if you're not a person that wants to read a lot to just do the online test. It's like multiple choice type of stuff. So I did that until I got 100% perfect. So then I said, okay, you know what? I think I'm ready. I also went online, looked at people's videos about how they passed their test, what they did to practice, what's the best things to do. Because some people just feel like, I know how to drive. I know the rules. So they just go, they fail 4, 5, 6 times. You need to study. Simple. All you need to do is study for the test and you'll surely pass the test. Don't go in there feeling like you know all the signs. There's some signs that you don't even see and you probably might not even see in your whole life of driving, but it might be on that test, so you better know it. So yeah, went there, passed my test, got my G1 license. Yes, girl. So even then I was like so amped, like, oh my god, I'm gonna get my G2 like in a year, go to driving school in 8 months. Girl, that didn't happen. 3 years took me to get my G2. I started taking lessons, a few lessons here and there. Sometimes friends would give me a lesson. Just, you know, it wasn't like so often. So by the time I get my next lesson, I'm so, like, I'm lost. I don't even know what I'm doing. So, little advice, if you're going to do lessons, try and do them, like, one after another. Like, don't do one lesson a month. Like, girl, that ain't going to get you nowhere, girl. Do at least, like, 1 lesson a week, 2 lessons a week, 3. I know it's kind of pricey. Like my driver instructor was $30 an hour, so it's kind of pricey to do lessons with driver instructors. But if you got like your parents or your siblings or whoever who can help you out, lend their car every once in a while, maybe in the nighttime, girl, take advantage, or boy, my bad, take advantage of that and get you some lessons because they're very helpful. Even in the night, I would say it's better to drive in the day because when you're doing your test, most of the time there are going to be a lot of cars on the road. It's going to be in the daytime, not the nighttime, because in the nighttime it's dead, so you won't really come into any type of like obstacles like where you really have to think fast of what I'm going to do. But when you're a driving instructor, you're already nervous, the driving instructor's beside you, but there's other cars around too, so you got to be watching them too and pay attention to the road and what your instructor's saying to do. So yeah, I did about 30 lessons, girl. 30 lessons. Yes, I know it's a lot, but I had to get my G2 because I got pregnant and I had 1 kid already. So now I have 2 kids. If you're ready, scratch my chest, you would notice. If you're not, I got 2 kids. So my son was born August last year, and I got my license 2 days before I had my son. And like my goal was, I'm gonna get my license before I have this son. But my son came 2 weeks early, so a girl thought she had 2 weeks. Not to know this girl only got 2 days to get her license. But you know what? Your girl got her license. Hey. So it all worked out in the end. So it was a Friday afternoon. My man came from work. I used his car to do the G2. So I booked my test. Like, make sure you book your test way ahead of time because people are booking tests so often, you might not get the month you want, day you want. So book your test ahead of time and get those practices going. And also, don't like feel pressured on the road by other like people driving, like if they're honking you and stuff. If you don't feel like you can go, wait, okay? But don't be like, only if you're in the middle and you're blocking traffic, obviously you gotta go. But if you're like waiting to turn left or something and you don't feel comfortable, do not go, just wait, okay? Because if you get into that accident, girl, your insurance gonna go up, not theirs, okay? So like, don't be pressured by those bullies on the road, okay? I've been driving for since January, so January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, summer. So this is my 9th month of driving, and road rage is real, girl. Like, especially when I have my kids in the car, I'm like, chillax. Like, you can go zoom and crash yourself, but no, not with me and my children here. Excuse me, ma. That ain't gonna happen. So please don't let them bully you on the road if you're a new driver like myself. So back to the G2. So I booked my test, like, that was like the closest time that I could get. My son was gonna be in 2 weeks, so that was even like pushing it. Like, I had 2 weeks after that I had my son, but it was actually 2 days I had my son after. So I went to it's in Scarborough driving test center. When I got there, while we was driving, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna say to myself, oh, it's okay. If I fail, I'll just do it again. Like, don't be like, oh, I'm gonna fail, now it's the end of the world. No, just say like, I'm gonna try my best. If it doesn't work out, I know I'm gonna take notes from the driver and practice what I didn't do right, and then go do my test again. So I went there nervous as hell. I need to go in the office. You gotta register, like sign in, bring your G1, show them that you have it, and then you gotta wait. Then they say, okay, go outside and go in your car, and the instructor will come to you. So I went in the car, waited. Me, I'm just chilling. Not when the instructor's gonna come right away. So he comes, he's like, hi, are you Lavia? I don't put my government name out there, but yeah, are you Lavia? That's my first name. I'm like, yeah. He's okay. I'm the instructor for today, so I'm gonna just do some, like, in the beginning, they just tell you to do some, like, stuff in the car while you're in the car before it moves to see if everything's working properly. Like, okay, can you signal left? Can you signal right? Can you honk the horn? And I guess I heard if you don't even pass that part, you automatically fail. So your girl was like 9 months pregnant at the time, belly out to here, nervous as hell, sweating. It was so hot, you know, August. So, but I did it right. So he's like, okay, let's get started. So we went in the car, put your seatbelt on, and let's get going. So we started going. I was just trying to be focused, but not showing my nervousness. Like, just take a deep breath, you know. Don't show them that you're nervous, girl, because they can sense the nervousness, and that can make them nervous too. So just act like you can do this, you know. So I was acting like I can do this. Make sure I stop at the stop sign, look left, look right. Make sure you don't just look left, look right. Make sure you look left, look right, okay? Even though this is left and this right, but you know what I'm saying, girl. Make sure, and then after you cross over, while you're crossing over, make sure you're still looking a little bit, you know? Also, every time you make a right turn, make sure you're checking your blind spot. So say this is a stop sign. You make a left turn, a right, you make a left, you look right. Make sure before you cross, you make that right turn, that you look at your blind spot in case someone is coming. Even though you don't see no one was coming, nobody's on a bike, no stroller, your instructor didn't see that. So girl, make sure you turn that head and make sure you look before you turn. And when you turn, make sure you check your mirror, the top mirror, to see if anyone's behind you, to know if you have to like be a little faster, or you can just drive calmly, you know. Yes, girl. So those are really good tips that you should like take with you when you're going to do your G2 test. Also, make sure you drive with 2 hands. When you're a driver, or if you're driving like illegally, like a lot of people I know, most time you drive with 1 hand if the road is chill, you know, not too much traffic. Some people I even know drive with no hands, girl. But your girl, I mostly drive with 2 hands because I'm a new driver. I'm a little cautious, you know. But sometimes I'll drive with 1 hand, especially if I'm by myself and my kids are not there. I'll drive with 1 hand. And there's been times I've took off my hands off the wheels, and like, you know, if it's traffic and you're kind of stopped, so you're just driving like, oh, take your foot off the brake for a little bit, just to move a little bit up and put it back down. I would have my hand off, you know, but not actually driving with no hands, okay? Okay, let me see any other tips I can give you guys. Make sure when you get into that car, you turn on the car and you put that handbrake down, girl. Don't move that car until that handbrake is down. That's probably like automatic fail, okay? Like when I first started driving, sometimes I would have my handbrake up, I would forget to put it down. And people, like some of my family members, they tell me, oh, just always leave it down so you'll never have that problem, because I heard it can mess up your car. But my instructor told me that, you know, you have to make sure you put it down when you're driving, up when you're parked, so in case you're on a hill, the car won't move because it's up, right? So now I've been driving for 9 months. I'm pretty okay at remembering to put it down and up. But at the beginning, no, I wasn't. Especially during your test, make sure you have your handbrake down. What else is important? Make sure your seatbelt is on. Just make sure you're checking your mirrors. The mirrors are good. Blind spots are good. Make sure you're not trying to beat the light. If the light is turning yellow, proceed with caution. Or if you feel you can't make it, just slow down and stop and wait for the light to turn green. Don't try to watch the speed limit. Even if other people are speeding past you, girl, stay on that 50 kilometers or 40 kilometers, whatever you're supposed to. Stay in the speed limit no matter who's speeding behind you. Let them go around because you want to pass that test, girl. Do not speed. Also, do not go too slow. Like if it says go 50 and you're going like 30, girl, no. I heard people fail like that. So make sure you're on the speed limit or like a little bit under, but not like, no, not no more less than like 5 to 10 under the speed limit. I would say 5 probably. So that's really good. Also, make sure you're listening to the instructor. If he says go left, make sure you're listening. Like even if you're left and right on your hands to know which way to go, do that. Because I think, you know what I did? There's like downhill park and uphill park. That's another important one. They'll tell you, okay, can you just do a downhill park over here? So you have to like pull your car over to the right side of the road, and then you have to, for downhill park, the wheel all the way to the right, and you put it in park. So make sure you turn it all the way to the right after you park to the right side of the road. Then you put your handle in park, and then you put your handbrake up. Then after you got here, be like, okay, you did it right. And if he says to uphill park, it's almost the same. Just turn the wheel all the way to the left, put it in park, handbrake up, you will pass. Girl, make sure you don't get that wrong, okay? Because I heard like mostly everybody who did their G2 test told me they had to do that, and I had to do it too, so make sure you know that. Also, what's parallel parking? Like most likely they're gonna tell you to park parallel parking. So if you're not good at that, get good at that, because they're gonna tell you to do that. Me, I'm pretty good at that because I did a lot of lessons doing that. Even my instructor told me like a lot of students, they have a lot of trouble parallel parking, but me, I did it pretty easily. But now that I'm a driver, like if you don't got a parallel park, why are you gonna parallel park? I just park behind or I just park in front. But like to parallel park, I guess it's the best way to park. It's like this is the car on the road, this is you. You wanna make your car like a V, like this, and then you want to reverse in behind it like this. But if you got your G2, you might just go like this instead of going beside it and turning back in, you know? And especially if there's no car behind. But for that test, girl, practice your parallel parking, even your reverse parking. There's so much videos on YouTube. Just be practicing those parkings, girl. Get them on point. Practice is key. I told you guys, girl did 30 lessons. And when I told you, I felt like I was ready. My instructor told me I was ready, but I was still nervous. I said, no, I need to learn more. I need to do more. I don't think I'm ready. And when I passed it, I even was like, when I got back to the driving test area, he told me to park. So I parked, and I guess that's when the whole time he has his paper in his hand, he's checking. So he's like, okay, you passed. I'm like, you passed? Thank you. And the man just left in the car. I'm just like, oh my gosh. He's like, just go inside to get your license. I'm like, whole time I'm walking, like the biggest grin on my face, girl. Like I was like, oh my god, I got my license like just like that. Oh my god, hey, those 30 lessons were worth it, okay? Because a lot of people don't get their license like that, and they have to go out of town. But your girl just went Scarborough, and she got her license, so you can do it too. If you're not from Canada, you're probably like, where's Scarborough? But yeah, Scarborough's in Canada, okay? But yeah, all I would say, practice. Get yourself a good instructor. If you have an instructor that's like trying to be so rude and like he's making you feel uncomfortable, get a new one, because my instructor, he allowed me to drive, like just drive and just feel comfortable on the road. Like he's like, he'll be like, just drive to the mall, not even tell me what to do. But at the beginning, he'd be like, okay, turn right, turn left, turn left. But like, he was so comfortable with me, he would tell me like, just drive here. Sometimes he would tell me, let's drive to the car wash, because he has to wash the car or something like that. Like, mind, we had like this cool relationship. So get you a good driving instructor, girl, and you don't pass that test. And make sure you book ahead. Blind spots, lights, speed limits. Make sure you check all those. Also, make sure the car that you bring is running. Everything, nothing is wrong with it, because I also heard if your car is like not up to date, they're gonna tell you can't use it and you're wasting your time. And you gotta go book again, and who knows when you're gonna get your next test. So yeah, guys, that's basically how I got my G2. And the next is, am I gonna get my G? Hopefully have next year to do it. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Highway test, girl. Oh my god, like, that's another story. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know what I did to get my license and what you can do to get a license. You know, it's not like so super detailed, but this is basically what I did, girl, and it worked. So don't let anybody scare you, and believe in yourself. Like, believe in yourself. Believe that you're gonna get it. Think positive. Don't show the driver you're nervous, and calm yourself. Just breathe. Whenever you feel like you're not too sure, just make sure you're breathing. Like, don't panic, because that could really mess you up. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching my video. If you have any other questions about how I got my license, comment down below. And if you already subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, okay? And stay tuned for more videos. Bye, my loves.
And it owns the big lord.
If I